You cannot walk through a subway station in Hong Kong right now without seeing his face. And you cannot find out where a few 100,000 yuan tied to his name actually went. Those two facts are true at the exact same time, about the exact same person. That's not a coincidence worth ignoring, it's a pattern worth examining. Welcome to Rabbit News Hallyu, where we look past the headline to find the story underneath it. Today, that story is about Xiao Zhan, and about what happens when an artist's public image becomes almost impossible to escape, while a much smaller, much older question about accountability remains almost impossible to answer. Start with the visibility. Street interviews filmed across Hong Kong this month show something unusual: ordinary passers-by, across different age groups, immediately recognizing Xiao Zhan without prompting. Not fans staking out an event. Just people at a metro station, or walking through a mall, naming him on sight and referencing his breakout drama, The Untamed. Some describe his frequent media presence. Some mention how naturally he comes across in interviews. What stands out is that this recognition isn't confined to a fan base. It reads, in these clips, as something closer to general public familiarity, the kind an international audience doesn't usually associate with a mainland Chinese actor inside the Hong Kong market. That familiarity has a very literal explanation, and it's covering the city. Platforms and escalators at Causeway Bay and East Sim Sha Tsui MTR stations. Large screens and light boxes at K11 Musea in Tsim Sha Tsui. Ad space in Mong Kok. All of it carrying campaigns for the brands he represents: YSL, Gucci, Tod's. The density is high enough that residents and visitors have started nicknaming parts of the city after him, treating certain MTR platforms as unofficial photo spots. On August 19, the Qixi Festival, he's confirmed to appear in person at K11 Musea as global brand ambassador for a YSL skincare line, his first public brand appearance since wrapping filming on his new drama. The timing isn't incidental. A national holiday, a flagship location, a city-wide campaign already primed before he even steps on stage. This is what a fully resourced, fully controlled public image looks like in 2026. There's a reason a campaign like this gets built this way. A global luxury house doesn't hand over an entire city's transit advertising and a festival day appearance on a whim. That kind of rollout usually reflects a brand's confidence that the face attached to it can carry recognition across borders, not just within a fan base, but with a general audience that has never followed his career closely. The street interviews suggest that confidence wasn't misplaced. Recognition at that level, from people with no obvious fan affiliation, is exactly the kind of proof point a brand wants before committing to a citywide rollout. Now hold that image in mind, because the second half of this story is the opposite kind of visibility problem. Go back to 2020. Xiao Zhan made a decision that, at the time, was treated as unusual for the industry. He publicly said he didn't need organized fan support, and dissolved his official global fan club. Reporting at the time framed him as the first mainland Chinese entertainment figure to voluntarily shut down his own fan organization. Since then, there has been no official fan club. No fund managed by the artist or his agency on fans' behalf. That part is documented and not in dispute. What happened after is where things get murkier. Before the dissolution, the club had reportedly collected around 520,000 yuan in ranking bonus money from a promotional campaign tied to Gada Maps. That money, according to accounts circulating online, was received by the management at the time but never spent, and its current whereabouts have not been publicly clarified. 6 years later, that's still the open question driving renewed attention, not whether the club exists anymore, but where that leftover sum actually is. Meanwhile, the accounts operating today under names like Xiao Zhan Video Club are not official club structures. They're fan-run, tolerated by the agency but not financially connected to the artist in any confirmed way. And that's exactly where the second layer of controversy sits. These fan-run accounts have reportedly sold unauthorized screening schedules and discounted movie tickets without publishing income or expense reports for years. Some fans have also described a bundling practice, where supporters are required to book tickets for an entire film run before they're allowed to purchase merchandise. None of this implicates Xiao Zhan directly. There is no evidence connecting him or his company to these transactions. but it does mean money is moving around his name and image in his fan base's ecosystem, without the kind of reporting that would settle the question either way. So here's the contrast, laid out plainly. On one side, a brand partnership worth enough to blanket an entire city's transit system, backed by a global luxury house, timed to a national holiday, executed with total precision. On the other, a sum of money roughly the value of a modest apartment down payment, tied to an organization that technically stopped existing 6 years ago, that nobody has been able to account for since. That's not really a story about Xiao Zhan doing anything wrong. Nothing here suggests he personally controls, benefits from, or is responsible for either the missing bonus money or the ticket bundling practices of independent fan accounts. Some fans watching this unfold argue exactly that a self-organized, self-run fan structure shouldn't be treated as an extension of the artist himself, and that his 2020 decision to walk away from official fan management should count for something. Others push back, arguing that as long as any organization is collecting money from the public using an artist's name and image, full disclosure of income, spending, and past contract details should be non-negotiable, dissolved or not. Both positions are reasonable, and it's worth being precise about what this situation does and doesn't establish. It doesn't establish that the artist or his company mishandled anything. There's no documented link between Xiao Zhan personally and either the unresolved bonus fund or the current ticket bundling accusations. What it does establish is narrower but still worth naming, that a public figure can walk away from formal fan club management entirely, and the accountability vacuum left behind can persist for years without anyone stepping in to fill it. That's a structural observation, not an accusation. And that's actually what makes this useful as an industry case study rather than a scandal. It shows two systems operating around the same public figure with two completely different levels of oversight. The brand side, the YSL campaign, the Gucci placements, the Qixi festival appearance, exists inside a formal commercial structure. Contracts, budgets, brand safety reviews, PR teams monitoring every placement. The fan side operates with almost none of that. No requirement to publish financial statements. No enforcement mechanism if they don't. The artist's decision to dissolve his official club in 2020 removed his direct involvement, but it didn't create a system to hold whatever replaced it accountable. It just moved the accountability gap one level further away from him. There's also an audience dimension worth naming here, separate from the money itself. The people scrolling past a YSL billboard in Tsim and the people arguing about a 6-year-old bonus fund in Weibo comment sections are, functionally, two different publics reacting to two different versions of the same name. One is reacting to a polished international campaign. The other is reacting to a domestic fandom dispute that predates most of that campaign's audience even knowing who he is. Neither group is wrong about what they're simply seeing different slices of the same career, at different levels of resolution. And that gap becomes more visible, not less, the bigger an artist's brand footprint gets. When Xiao Zhan's face is unavoidable across an entire international city, when his image is the centerpiece of a global luxury campaign, the contrast with an unresolved, years-old domestic transparency question becomes sharper simply by proximity. International audiences encountering him for the first time through a YSL billboard in Tsim Sha Tsui have almost certainly never heard of the 520,000 yuan question. Domestic fans debating that question online are, in many cases, not the same audience seeing the Hong Kong campaign at all. The two stories don't cancel each other out. They just rarely get looked at side by side. That's really the larger pattern here, and it's bigger than any single artist. As CN stars increasingly operate on a global commercial scale, international brand ambassadorships, multi-market advertising, festival-timed appearances, the sophistication of their public-facing image management keeps advancing. What doesn't necessarily advance at the same pace is oversight of the informal, fan-run infrastructure that grew up around them long before that global stage existed. One system gets more polished every year. The other stays exactly where it was in 2020, still waiting for someone to publish a report. You can see all of it in Hong Kong right now, if you know where to look. The polished version is on every screen in the MTR. The unresolved version is still sitting in a spreadsheet nobody has opened. If you like entertainment stories that go beyond the headline, the kind that look for the quiet signals most coverage misses, Rabbit News Hallyu was built for exactly that. Subscribe if you want analysis, not just updates.